Hey guys, how's it going? My name is SNKLZ, welcome back, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about the brand new update that has actually hit Neverwinter itself. This is the Maze Engine. So today we're going to be going through some of the update and stuff like that. So as you can see, we've had the new update and the new campaign itself. We're excited to offer a campaign that continues a storyline from Module 8 Underdark. You can begin the Maze Engine campaign at level 60, so this is for everyone, as well as the Dredge Ring, the Underdark, sorry, that thing. You can carry on from there, picking up where we last left off with Brunar Battlehammer. So you have to go and speak to him to pick up the mission itself, but we're going to go into the campaigns itself first, have a look at what's on offer, and also talk about some other bits as well. So the first ones you're going to get are this one, so you can help Brunar Battlehammer, and you can get yourself a companion. So that's a really great thing to have. It does in fact give you all sorts of different things throughout the campaign itself, as well as the new boons, so lifesteal and incoming healing, control effects -5%, you gain combat advantage, stamina regen, action point gain, and all sorts of these control strength, critical strike, healing from allies 20,000 hit points, and below 30% health gain a 60% damage resistance. So that is all the good stuff. What we want to probably know is the actual timings for how long these things take. So that's 10 seconds. That probably doesn't take that long, actually, that one. Where's the other ones? Doesn't say many a timing on this, actually, like how long it's going to take. The fear was that it was going to be hours and hours and hours, like the other ones is like 18-hour waits and things like that. But as you can see, you can get some nice gear and different things, as well as the Gauntrum bounty, which is great for the stronghold. So another thing to add throughout this is that the actual campaigns themselves have had AD removed. You'd like to know. That's great. So as you can see, the Decipher Thayan writings in the Dredge Ring used to cost around 2,000 rough astral diamonds, or astral diamonds themselves, to actually go up one of them at a time, but now they're completely removed. You don't have to worry about spending your hard-earned dollar. So what else is there? So there is the mount system, the brand new mount system. So this comes with the gear and things like that come with the new mounts. So this has got the combat power, which of course is legendary mounts themselves only, and you can get them to do abilities in combat. So you can try and spawn your mount and they will attack enemies and all sorts of different things like that. And then you have, for the epic mounts and above, you have equip powers. The Leopard of Cult is actually going to give you a rapid recovery of 2,000 recovery, which is great. The movement speed is great to know that the highest mount that you have, so at the minute I actually have Winter Wolf as well. So if I was to equip the Winter Wolf, I would still get this 110% speed boost. So that is the most noted thing about the whole of this update, as well, is the fact that you can now have appearance changes for your mounts, as well as there being a preview window, so you can see what the mounts look like now, instead of going out on a whim and thinking, oh, did those screenshots look as good as they did? And also you can just test out your character, especially the Teslas, Tensar's spinning disc or floating disc. You can just have a look at your character on them, and that's a really nice one, as well as having the stables, and you can have a look at these ones. And then we're going to go into the insignia. So these are the boosts that your mounts will have. So you can actually equip things like this onto your mount, and then you can get bonuses. Let's have a look at the Leopard. So Shepherd's Devotion and Artificer's Persuasion. So what do? When you have the 3 insignia, or the 3 correct insignia on the mount themselves, whenever you use a daily power, you and your teammates receive defense and deflection and movement increase by 5% of your power for 15 seconds. And then of course it tells you now what exactly that is in numbers. So I would be giving out 979 defense, deflection, and movement speed. So that's great to have on your character, especially as a bubble paladin. I'm popping that daily constantly. 15 seconds is almost the amount of time that I have my bubble up anyway, so they're constantly having a huge increase in defense and deflection throughout the whole of the dungeons and the runs. So as well as this one, whenever you use an artifact power, your recovery, movement, action point gain, and stamina gain are increased by 10% of your power for 15 seconds. So again, 977 recovery, movement, action point gain, and stamina gain. So this is insane, but for the people with Bubble Paladins, the Devotion Seagull is pretty fine on its own anyway. If you get that up to Legendary or Mythic, you're fine. You don't need the extra action point gain on top of that. So another thing to note is that the mounts in the Zen market have all had their prices changed. So all the green ones, all the uncommons, are now 500 Zen, the rare ones are now 2,000, and the epic are all 3,500. Why is this? Well, because they're now giving a boost to all the mounts with all sorts of stats. So the Dusk Unicorn now gives you 2,000 lifesteal, as well as, of course, the speed boost itself of 110%. The rare mounts don't actually have an ability with them, so they don't give you any points. They just give you an increased movement speed. These ones are great for the actual mount themselves and what they look like and things like that. And of course, the rare ones themselves are very slow, but again, they're probably there just for the look of them, the appearance changes themselves. But of course, as I say, they're all different. They have different stats on them. That gives you 8,000 maximum hit points, which is great. And then, of course, the one that most people are trying to get is the Guard Drake, which is 2,000 power. And the Heavy Howler is 2,000 critical strike. So there we go. These are the new updates that they've done to the mounts. So the next one to look at is the return of dungeons and the revamping of the queue system. So the first thing we're going to go over is the queue system itself. So the new queue system allows players to queue in larger groups for content. Want to personalize your 25-man Tiamat group? Know exactly who you want in your 10-man Demogorgon team? Now you can invite them and directly queue. So this is due to the new system, and as you can see, it is completely different to how it was originally. So it tells you in your group what your total item level is, as well as your class and character level. So if you're in a friend group and things like that, now you can know instantly whether those people, especially if you're asking for like plus 3k item score level, you will know exactly, as well as searching through skirmishes only, epic dungeons only, standard dungeons only, and of course Demogorgon, and at the top of the hour Tiamat, which now you can queue for anywhere in the world. You don't have to be at the door, which is great. But as you can see in here, you are publicly queuing or private queuing. So this is going to follow a requirements. So as you can see in the bottom right hand corner, for Demogorgon, group requirements in public is 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS. So obviously that's going to make up your 8 men in there. But this is something to note. You are going to need 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 4 DPS in the public. It will match you up in that. Whereas if you private a queue, you no longer have to follow these group requirements. The only thing you have to follow is the item level. So obviously this is going to be great for you guys in guilds and things like that, who know that one tank is good enough, or 1 healer is good enough, or if you've got a bubble and a healer, that's going to be perfect. The rest can just be filled by DPS. But if you're following the public line, you will have to have the requirements, as well as if you're in public, when someone leaves, more people can join. The other side of the story is when you're in private, when someone leaves, no one else can join. It is locked. It's completely your own instance. It's not connected to the outside world as such. You are going to be doing it on your own. So you better not have anyone going off for food or leaving or rage quit or anything like that. You've got to find your group who are valiant to the mission and going to do it, else you're going to fail miserably. So the next one is the return of some dungeons. So we've now got, as you can see, we have got the Cloak Tower, Cragmire Crypts, we've always had that one, the Pirate King's Retreat, the Frozen Heart, Caverns of Krundax, and we now have Castle Never. So this is an amazing dungeon to have back into the game. You need 1 tank, 1 healer, 3 DPS. You can get Seals of the Protectors from it, and all sorts of other stuff like that. And the new artifact out of there, which is the Orcus artifact. And also we have the Sean Dackle lockbox. So this is going to give you the Armored Griffin mount pack, which of course is the legendary version, as well as the Armored Griffin insignia pack. So the mount itself is a amazing looking mount, and also as well as the insignia packs, all for your mounts to collect and get those amazing buff abilities that can go with your characters, as well as the artifact pack, Rider's strong box of enchantments, companion augmentation, professions, and Tarmalud jackpot back in the lockbox itself. The last thing is the rewards claim agent. So there is a Maze Engine Explorer pack. This is going to give you a XP boost of about 1.7 million as long as you're level 70 or higher, and as well as giving a mount, an insignia for your abilities, as well as a limited time 50% off any special mount for 24 hours and some stronghold vouchers for your stronghold themselves. Anyway guys, if you know more about this update, then hit that like button, subscribe for the channel for more stuff just like this, and as always guys, I will see you next time.